Hi everyone, very happy to be here. I would like to start with thanking the organizers for putting together this amazing conference, which we can all attend from our comforts and not having to travel with the current situation. So as Justina mentioned, my talk is going to be about your research experience as a whole and how you can improve it. Let's begin without further ado. I know this is at the last talk, so I'm going to try to stay in my time limit and cover all the points that I want to share with you all. Let's start with, all right, let me just set some premise here. So as you probably already know, the field of nanoscience and technology, it's a booming field. There are a lot of papers being published, a lot of patents that are being filed on a yearly basis, on a regular basis, which is amazing for all of you, amazing for the field, that there is a lot of data to go to when you are going about your research. However, the downside of this is that the information, the key information that is relevant for you is usually scattered between journals, scattered from journal to journal, from patent office to patent office, which makes it extremely difficult and tedious to keep up with the literature and to retrieve the information that is relevant for you when you're writing your papers, when you're writing your research proposals, planning your experiments, doing data analysis, basically going about your research. This pain point or these pain points were identified by Nature Research, and a solution was created. It was conceptualized. Yes.
Sorry for interrupting. There is some noise coming from your side. It might be that your mic is touching something. That's why we cannot hear you clearly. Maybe you can just reposition it.
Is it better now?
It sounds better, yeah.
Yeah, sounds better. Okay. All right. Thanks. So yeah, basically to offer a solution to all these pain points for the field of nanoscience and technology, and it's quite an inclusive field, of course. Nature Research launched its first non-journal product, so the Nano database, which is nano.nature.com, with the idea of bringing all the information about nanoscience and technology under one umbrella. On this slide, I'm going to talk about the content. What does it offer? What does it contain? The contents can be understood in 3 sections. So we have nanomaterial summaries, nanoscience articles, and nanotechnology patents. And before I get into the details of the content, I want to highlight 2 main points. The first is that nano is a very inclusive term. So it includes everything that says nano, of course, but also the synonyms of nano, which are in the periphery of the field or within the field itself, such as 2D materials, thin films, micro technique, micro devices, micro materials. So anything that you would perceive as nano, relevant as nano, can be found on the database. That was the first point. And the second point is that we heavily use artificial intelligence to manage the content and also figure out how to best display the results relevant for you. Now to the content. So the nanomaterial summaries. Now this is basically everything about a nanomaterial or a nano device that has been reported in papers and patents, such as how to synthesize it, how to characterize it, what are the biological effects of it, what are the applications. So everything that has been reported about a nanomaterial is extracted manually by our team of more than 70 people who read these papers, read these patents, and take out this information, put it in the system, and I'll show you how it looks like when we go to the platform itself. Moving on to the second category, which is the nanoscience articles. Of course, we cover articles from Springer and Nature journals talking about nanoscience and technology. And in addition to that, we also cover articles from other publishing houses as well to give as a complete view, a complete picture to you all as possible. Moving on to the third and last category, which is the nanotechnology patents. So I don't know how many of you use patents as part of the literature review process, But on nano, just last month, we crossed the milestone number of more than 25 million patents only about the nanoscience field. And all these patents are coming from over 95 patent offices all around the world. And the way the AI works, especially in case of patents, is that it goes to the full text of these patents, identifies the most important part of a patent, which is the claim section, takes out the first 5 claims and translates them in English, and that's what you have access to on the platform itself. So let's go to the platform. I'm going to try to keep this very quick. Move this here a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So as I mentioned, the URL is nano.nature.com. The content that I was talking about is down here. Up here next to the logo, we have the search bar where you can type in any kinds of keywords, any number of keywords as well, a nanomaterial, property, application, characterization technique, anything that you think is relevant for you. I'm going to do a very simple search here. I'm just going to type in graphene. This is just an example to get an idea of what the platform offers you. Not going to go into the details, which are like the filters on the left over here. What I do want to show you is how does a nanomaterial summary looks like. So let's click on the graphene nanomaterial summary.
Pranoti,
yes.
I guess you wanted to share another screen with us because we are still seeing the presentation. You need to change screen sharing probably to your browser.
Probably, yeah. Let me just.
You just go to the top and change the screen sharing.
Ah, okay. Thank you, Justina. Thank you.
Now we can see the browser.
Now you see? Okay, okay, super. I'm gonna take the spotlight thingy here. Yeah, all right. So as a recap, this is how the platform looks like, nano.nature.com. Next to the logo, we have the search bar where you can put in as many keywords as mentioned. And I'm just gonna type in graphene here again to show you what it looks like. Filters on the left, I'm not gonna go into that. Let's click on the graphene nanomaterial summary. So all the information about graphene, how to synthesize it, properties, application, everything has been extracted manually from these many articles and these many patents. Scrolling down, now you see that in the property section. So let's say you're interested in emission of graphene, just as an example, then you can just type that in the search bar, and all the results about graphene emission, all the papers talking about graphene emission will show up. And if you are interested in reading these papers in detail, you can simply click on the source and you will be redirected to the original article where this information has been extracted. Similar tables will show up when you go for property, application, characterization, biological effects, preparation, everything about the nanomaterial here. Let's move on swiftly to the article section. What the article section shows you is basically all the articles with the keyword, so to say, graphene. And the way the articles are displayed, I'm going to type in another keyword over here, an application, let's say drug delivery, just as an example. Again, filters on the left. In case of article, what the AI does is that it goes through the full text of these articles, and there are 2 advantages of doing that. The first advantage is that if the keyword is not part of the title, then that particular article will not show up in the search results on other platforms. So this way you miss out on the articles even if they are relevant for your research. So that's the first advantage, that you don't miss out on any articles on Nano. And the second advantage is a customized summary. Now, what's a customized summary? Everything you see in front of this article discusses, I've highlighted it in blue here. Everything you see in front of this article discusses, this is a dynamic summary created for every article based on the keywords that you type in the search bar. So this is like a trailer before going to watch a movie. if you can think about it that way. However, the trailer is different for every person. The trailer is different based on the keywords that are typed in. So you get a quick overview of what this particular article is talking about. And if you are convinced after the trailer and you do want to watch a movie, which is to read this particular paper, you can simply click on the title and you will be redirected to the original paper from the relevant journal website, basically. That's the article section. I'm going to quickly go over the patent section. Filters on the left here. As I mentioned during when I was talking about the content, the AI goes through the full text of the patent, identifies the claim section, and translates the first 5 claims in English. And that's what you see over here. That there is the patent, nano-sized drug delivery structure, for example, details about this particular patent, and then the claims over here that you can just simply scroll through and make up your mind which patent to actually read. If you're not convinced, just move on to the next patent, read the claims, evaluate the claims, so to say, and if you are convinced at this point, just simply click on the title of the patent and you will be redirected to the original text if it is available of the patent, so which then you can get translated or read in the original language, whatever your convenience is. All right, so that's what the Nano platform is, made with the idea of bringing all the information about nanoscience and technology under one umbrella. And I'm just trying to find where I can stop sharing my screen, this part, and go back to my presentation. I can't seem to find it. Let me just.
You go to the top and you can change the screen sharing. Also, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt. We need to slowly to wrap up since we have another session starting in a few minutes.
Yeah,
so
I just have one more. I just have one more slide to overview, to summarize everything that we saw so far, and then I'm done. Okay.
All right.
Okay, super. Yeah, I found the thing. All right, super. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly wrap up and summarize the advantages or highlights of the 3 different sections on nano. So starting with the nanomaterials summaries, you have all the information at your fingertips, so you can simply just type in and just with few clicks, you save a lot of time of reading papers or for hours and hours of paper reading. In the article section, you do not miss out on the articles anymore, and then the customized summary gives you a quick glimpse into what the particular article is talking about. And if patents were not part of your literature review process, now they can be part of your literature review process. So to complete your research experience and make it as easy or as much fun as possible. With that, I would like to thank you all for joining, listening to me, and what I do want to leave you with is that if you are interested in accessing the Nano database, just go to nano.nature.com, and if you don't have access, then just sign up for a free trial or get in touch with me, and then I'll give you access to the Nano database. So thank you very much, and looking forward to your questions in the chat room.